Yo, what's up everyone? Sorry I haven't posted a video in a long time, but today I'm doing a vlog and I'm gonna give like a Q&A, answer all the questions that I've been asked about how I gained 20 pounds in 4 months. And I'm gonna give a little bit of tips to skinny guys. I'm still a skinny guy, but this is some tips I've learned along the way and how I gained basically 20 pounds. With that being said, I hope everyone had an awesome Christmas. And if you're alone, just know you're loved by someone. I love you, God loves you, and it's gonna be all right. Today I'm gonna be riding solo. I'm gonna be hitting legs and shoulders, and that's kind of an occurrence on my channels. I'm always doing either push days or leg days. I haven't got any back videos, but hopefully I'll get one in eventually. But yeah, gotta get my pre-workout creatine out of my car, and then right after that I'm heading to the gym, and I'm hopefully gonna hit a PR for squat. I'm going for 315. I've been really moving into my squats, and my squats have been going up super high. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I just went all this way and I just realized that the auto shop that my car is at is closed. Stupid by my part. I should have checked before I went and drove all this way. All right, I made it to the gym, but I gotta rush in there because I gotta pee so bad. So I gotta start the cinematics.
Beneath all the rubble, and all that runs through my flesh is a spirit of trouble. Under moonlit sky, I'm desperate to feel more alive. Dreams that keep me wide awake, call me up out of the bed.
Let me tell y'all, that workout was freaking garbo. So let me explain to you what went wrong in this workout. First off, I was warming up for so long. I bet my legs were just like dead tired because I was waiting on a squat rack for at least like 30 minutes. And then finally I got a squat rack, and I jumped in pretty fast because, you know, I did all that warming up, and I could not. Like, my legs were dying. Like, they were dead like halfway through each set, like completely exhausted. So I ended up giving up halfway through of trying to get a PR, and then went to deadlifting and got a deadlift PR, which is kind of low for me. Well, kind of low in general. Is my PR for deadlifting is 275, and you're like, gonna be like, bruh. But I don't deadlift that much, and this is probably the first time I deadlifted in like a month, because like I just hate deadlifting. But that's exactly how I was with squatting. And then I actually started squatting like a whole bunch, and my PR went up like fucking 50 pounds in 2 weeks, which is insane. But regardless of that, I got some clips, and you got to see my physique at the end, which I'm looking a little small. I don't know if that's because I just was sweating so bad or I got an awful pump, but yeah. And I know I've been saying this so much, but I've been slacking on my bulk so hard. I went up like literally, this whole main video is about how I bulked to 20 pounds, and literally I got to like 22 pounds, and then I was like, fuck this, and I gave up. And soon, I swear on this one, I'm gonna start probably like January 1st. I'm really gonna get back into my bulking stage and try to put on a lot of size before I go to Jamaica, because I go to Jamaica in a couple months, and I want to get as big as I can and hopefully start my leaning stage when I go to Jamaica. All right, so I'm gonna break this explaining video down into 3 parts: what I ate, how I worked out, and tips. Tips for skinny guys, of course. And I'm most likely gonna get bashed so hard for what I ate, but this is literally the only way I felt like I could have started my bulking or my gaining weight kind of series, was from doing what I did, and that was creating a appetite. When you are skinny, you literally have the pebble size of an appetite, and people do not understand that. Like, to better explain that, you can go on YouTube and like look up anyone's bulk and be like, well, I want to follow that because they're big, they must know how to, you know, gain weight, obviously. And the same thing with looking up how to gain weight as a skinny guy. They either give you an exact meal or something around the basis of it, and it's too much. It's really too much for a guy who literally has the appetite and the stomach of a fucking pebble. So what I'm about to tell y'all, some of y'all might hate this. Some of y'all gym bros are gonna hate what I did to gain weight, but this is what worked for me, and I'm sure this will work for a lot of other skinny guys because my metabolism is as high as it gets. Like literally, I felt like I was on the borderline of being anorexic. I'll put up a picture right here. Boom. Like, scary. And that's no hate towards anybody who's like that. I was in the exact same place. 136 at 6'3". And y'all might, well, 136 is not that bad, but with my height, I felt like I looked and I felt so unhealthy, and I really needed a change. Plus, and I was always a soccer dude, a basketball dude, so I've always been athletic my whole life. And I had just graduated, literally just graduated. It had been a couple months after I graduated, and I was like, I really need to do something. I'm stuck, I'm bored. I want to go out there and waste all this energy that I have that I used to waste when I was in high school, but now I can't. All right, so let's go into the first thing that I ever started eating. First thing you want to do is you want to go to a calorie calculator. Basically, you could just type in calorie calculator in any search bar and it will come up. It's going to ask you the basic things like your weight, your height, your age, and how active you are throughout the day. And once you do that, you're going to hit look up, and it's going to pull out a maintenance weight. And that maintenance weight, well, not maintenance weight, maintenance calorie is how much you're going to need to eat to keep the weight that you're at right now. And to be able to gain weight, you need to eat more than what that maintenance weight is. Sorry, maintenance calorie. And once you got that calorie goal, you need to eat however much your weight is in grams of protein. So if you're 135 pounds, you need to eat 135 grams of protein. That's not suggested by everyone, but that is what I did to gain weight. Now you might be wondering, Jack, how do I keep up with this? Well, there's an app called MyFitnessPal. I use this. I'm sure there's millions of apps out there, but MyFitnessPal has been the one that I've used the whole time. You can search up like thousands of foods, and you just hit add to either your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, and it will keep it up. It will keep it calculated for you, so you don't have to do the work. And honestly, you don't have to search up that calorie calculator because MyFitnessPal does the same thing. I forgot they did that. But once you make an account, it's going to ask you the same thing that a calorie calculator would ask you. And then it's going to give you, hey, do you want to gain weight or do you want to lose weight? And you're going to put gain weight, and it's going to give you that goal. And usually on MyFitnessPal, it gives me a goal where it's like a little above my maintenance weight. So I like to eat more than that. And that's typically for how I bulk, basically. Now you may be wondering, Jack, what do I eat? And let me give you the sauce. I'm going to put a picture of it right here. Boom. It's Optimal Nutrition Mass Gainer. And I know people are like, oh my God, of course, this powder, this magic powder, but it is, trust me, it is. And I'm not saying this is gonna work for everybody. I've heard this has a lot of sugar in it, so it could be really bad for you, but this is what worked for me. So 2 scoops of this is 1,250 calories. I drank one in the morning and I drank one before I went to sleep. So that's already 2,500 calories. So if you weigh less than like 120 pounds, you won't really need to drink 2, just 1. But for someone who's really trying to bulk, 2 is how I started. And you may be wondering, why did I drink those? Only because they were so high in calorie and protein, and it wasn't so filling like all like the foods that people describe you or tell you to eat. Like I said, I was just like you. My appetite, my stomach was like a fucking pebble. So what I did was I drank those protein shakes in the morning and afternoon, or before I went to sleep, when I didn't have an appetite, and that was able to get me to my calorie goal, my protein goal, without like destroying my stomach or being like so full I was gonna throw up. But now that I've drank those in the morning, I'm always starving. Whereas when I weighed a lot less and my stomach was smaller, I was not hungry in the morning, and I wouldn't eat until maybe the afternoon, and that would be like 4 or 3 hours. Now with these, I'm starving right when I wake up. I already have an appetite. And you'll get to the point where most people are at right now, where they drink a protein shake and they also eat breakfast. And I drink these at night because when you go to sleep, you sleep for 8 hours, and that is like the most time that your body is going to fast. So if you fill it up right before you go to sleep, you're less likely to fast, you're less likely to lose weight while you go to sleep. It's a better recovery because your body has so much it can grab at and it can use, and all the nutrition that you had right before you went to sleep. And so a better recovery, and it'll help your sleep. And by help your sleep, means you're sleeping on a full stomach is always really good because it allows you to sleep longer, it allows your body to feel more rested. And you may be wondering, Jack, that's all you ate? Protein shakes? Obviously not. I can't cook. I'm gonna tell you that now. People are like, oh my gosh, He's gonna make rice, he's gonna make chicken like everybody else says. I can't fucking cook. I'm sorry to break it to you, I can't. So this is what I did. I went to Walmart and I got meal replacements, freezer meals, and everyone's like, oh, that's processed, blah, blah, blah. But this is what worked for me. I'm telling you, this has worked for me. I didn't care if it was processed, if it had sugar in it. I did not care. I just wanted to gain weight. And it doesn't matter what you got, Walmart, Target, Kroger, whatever you got, wherever you are, Whole Foods maybe, that's even better. You find those freezer meals and you set those up for like you get 7, and that is your week. And that will be for your dinners. And what I did for my lunches is I got sandwich stuff. I got some good turkey breast or salami and turkey breast. That's what I ate like so much of, is like mayonnaise, some bread and salami and turkey breast. Not obviously together, but in separate sandwiches throughout, because you know you don't want to eat the same shit all the time. But that's mainly what I did to eat. Freezer meals, sandwiches, and protein shakes. And that is literally the basis of how I gain weight. These things are probably not the best things to eat, and some people might not recommend you to do this, but this is what worked for me, and this is how I gained weight. All right, so we're gonna jump off the meals, and if you have any more questions, comment down below because I will answer all of them. But we're gonna go to the workout. So in the beginning, what I did was upper lower, and say we were in the beginning of a week, Monday would be an upper, Tuesday would be a lower, and then Wednesday was my off day, and then Thursday would be my upper, Friday would be my lower, and then I was off Saturday and Sunday. And that's what I did for, I think, a month and a half or 2 months, something like that. And let me tell you, I got like little to no gains at all. It really just did not work out for me. Upper lower split is not something that I guess worked out for me, maybe in the future. But when I first started out, it gave me like maybe a little bit of gains. Like when I started jumping off upper and lower and started picking exercises by myself, that's when I really started getting gains. And when I jumped into exercising kind of on my own and not doing like a split of upper and lower, I noticed that I was doing a push-pull legs. And so I did a little bit of research on it like myself, and then I pitched in like the exercises that I've already been doing and what I like doing, and I implemented that into my week. And this is what I created so far, and this is what's got me gains. Okay, so when I explained my workout in this video, it was completely wrong and I was stupid the whole time. So what I do is push-pull legs. Monday is a push, Tuesday is a pull, and then Wednesday obviously is legs. And this is gonna imbalance your weeks. You're not gonna have a week where it's the same thing over and over again. But what I do is push-pull legs on those 3 days. The 4th day is either a rest day or I do compound workouts like bench, deadlift, squat, etc. There's a bunch of compound workouts. Just look them up. And then after that 4th day, which is either compound workouts or a rest, I restart, push, pull, legs, and then whatever I didn't do that rest or compound workout day, I'm doing that next 4th day. Does that make any sense? I'll put it right here. I'll make a little thing. And that's what I've been doing for a while, and that's what's got me what I've seen the most gains. I'm sure I'm gonna need to change it up soon because I'm sure I'll hit a plateau, but that's been working for me for a while now. And it's really all about getting in the gym and figuring out stuff, doing your own research, because there's so many splits out there. There's upper and lower, push-pull legs obviously, and Arnold split, stuff like that. Just random splits that you can find that really fit you and you feel like get you the most gains. But as a beginner, I would suggest push-pull legs. This might sound all so scrambled together, but I'm trying to like make it as simple to understand, but also as smart as I can make it. But yeah, that is basically how I gained my weight, and that's basically how I worked out the whole time. And I'm still doing it to this day. And honestly, if I was a lot more consistent than what I really was, I probably would have put on 40 pounds in the span of, I put 20. During this whole time, I went on vacation and I had like so many like off days where I just didn't eat that much or wasn't trying as hard. So if you really put the time and focus, you will gain so much more weight than probably what I did. Most people will gain probably more weight than what I did, but it's just how I did it. When you start to get really into it, you'll realize gaining weight is just being consistent. If you're consistent with working out and eating, you will gain weight. You will see the difference. But that didn't really matter to me because I was really focused on the long term. And so having breaks and going on vacation is stuff that I needed. I needed to relax. I needed to sit down, break down what I've done so far, and that's what's helped me like a lot throughout the way. I'm gonna put up 2 pictures right now next to my head. Skinny me, and this is when I gained 20 pounds, obviously. And I'm gonna tell you right now, with my head in the middle, you can do it. So my last minute tips of trying to gain weight as a skinny guy would definitely be eat something in the morning. I remember like in the beginning, it was so hard for me to eat in the morning, but once I ate in the morning, it allowed me to have a better appetite throughout the day. So always eat something in the morning. And like I said earlier, always eat something at night, because that's when your body fasts the most. It goes through those 8 hours. So when you have those 8 hours of sleep, like typically 8 hours of sleep, and then you wake up and then you also don't eat, you can imagine that is a lot of time where your body is getting no food and is losing all that nutrition, and your body's losing all that weight that you might have added on. And to be completely honest, eating is going to be the hardest part, especially when you're skinny, and that's just a hill that you're going to have to overcome. But once you get it, you get it, and you understand when you need to eat, you understand how much you need to eat, and it'll be possible. It really is possible. It's so possible. Literally, it's not impossible. When people would tell me that they have high metabolism now, I used to say the same thing. It's like, that is not a thing. Literally, you could slow your metabolism down no matter who you are. You just gotta put fucking food in your mouth. And that's no disrespect. A lot of people want to put excuses out there, but I used to do the same thing, but having a high metabolism is not an excuse. It's very hard in the beginning, I know that, but it is not impossible. And the workout is going to be the easiest part. All it takes is just some research. It takes time, because you got to hit the gym. You got to see what feels right. You got to see what you could see a difference in, like your arms. If there's a certain exercise that you've been doing and then you stop doing it and you stop getting arm gains, then you know you need to keep doing that exercise. Or maybe if you're doing these exercises and it's not getting you gains, maybe you need to change up your exercises. Most of this shit takes time, and you will realize that as you go on. And I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a pro of eating. Obviously, like I just said, people aren't going to agree what I do, but that's just what works with me. But I'm no pro. I've only been doing this for like 4 months now. I've been working out forever, but I never really got into working out until 4 months ago. And I really sat down and focused on eating and working out, and I've seen a huge difference, and it's awesome. And I can't wait to see what I'll look like in 6 months, which is 2 months away, or maybe even a year, which is going to be crazy to me. And let me tell you, when you focus on yourself and you work out and you eat, time flies. Time will fly, and it feels so good when you have been working out and you're like, damn, I've been working out and eating good for 4 months. Isn't that crazy? It feels so good. You will realize that when you get into it. Everyone will realize that when they get into working out and eating really good. But regardless of everything, I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. Go ahead and drop your questions, because I'm going to answer all of them, of course. And I'm sure there's a lot of things I didn't hit here, and people are going to be wondering, the answers to that. So go ahead and drop them down below. I will answer everything. I promise. Everything. At least I'll try to. But if this was a W video, go ahead and subscribe for me. That would be amazing. And if you don't want to subscribe, just leave a like. Does the same thing for me. And if you watched the video this far and you're a skinny guy, I hope you gain weight. I love you. I love anyone who's watching this. Bye.